So on the podcast today, I'm joined by Vusi Ravele, the owner of Native Decor. Some people have known and seen his face on TV a couple times, notably on Shark Tank and that. So thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
So maybe one of the first questions I have is, yeah, people probably have seen you on Shark Tank, and then I think you were the first person to get an investment. And what's happened since Shark Tank? What's the trajectory been like? Yeah.
So that was in 2016, November of 2016. And since then, I basically left my full time job. At that point, it was the very next month that I left. And that was to pursue Native Decor as a full time venture. So currently, we've managed to grow into a much larger company whereby we have our own manufacturing facility out in Wynberg, Johannesburg. And we have channel partners that we supply into, such as Takealot, Yappy Chef, Zando, eBucks, Superbalist, and the list goes on. But yeah, I mean, it's a business that is now going from decor and corporate gifting into furniture and various other homeware interests.
And so one of the other things I also thought of is how do you stay relevant in the decor space and corporate gifting space? Yeah.
So that's a very good question, I think, because it is quite a challenging time, obviously for all businesses, but in particular, I think in the furniture industry and decor industry as well is becoming even more so. The way that we try and stay relevant is that we watch what's going on within the trends, and then also without focusing too much on our competitors, we do like to keep abreast of what's happening in terms of fast movers and new entries and all that sort of thing. But on our part, more than anything, we our strength has always been being able to make products and sell them at a reasonable price. So I think within any sort of market conditions, as long as you're always competitive on your pricing, you're always going to be relevant. And I think the likes of Mr. Price and so forth have proven that business model. Um, so that's what we try and focus on is making great product that is accessible to everybody.
As a someone that in the, well, has started up a business and that, um, what advice can you offer to other people, entrepreneurs, and that looking to start up a business in South Africa?
I think one of the main things that I keep sort of hearing from startup entrepreneurs or would-be startups is, they always look at all the objectives or challenges such as funding, and also they take very long to develop products. And that's, a lot of people are guilty of that. It's you've got to get into the mindset that you can't release the perfect product, and if you try to do that, you're really going to be a little bit too late on coming out with that product. You have to get to market as quickly as possible with whatever you've got, and I suppose the formal term for that is a minimum viable product, which is essentially the best way to start a business whereby you're offering a product or even a service which can be tested in the market in similar ways. So I think people need to, sort of remove all the barriers. The funding objective is not it's not real. It's really just something that we tend to make up in our own minds, so that we don't have to get involved with this big scary thing right now and keep on delaying it. So yeah, I'd say just go for it. Just do it. Bring out whatever you can today, and let the market say what they're going to say, and go back to the drawing board. Improve your product, improve your service offering, and come back again and keep doing that iterative process until you get it right.
And then you just touched on a point there. What are some of the challenges you face in your sector as a business owner?
So I think within my sector, it's quite a capital intensive process whereby we have to continuously invest in machinery, and things break, and it costs a lot of money to fix these things or replace them. And your employees are not always fully aware of the cost implications on a small business to replace these things. So I'd say by and large, it's being able to grow while sort of managing our expenses. I think that's, I don't want to say straight up funding is a big issue, but I think more than anything within the operations, managing that funding, even if it's there, is quite a challenge.
And then, what's a typical day for yourself? Are you based in an office? Are you based in a warehouse? What, yeah, what times do you have to be at work? Are you flexible? Like that kind of stuff.
So a typical day for me, I wake up between 5:30 and 6 a.m. and I'll have a little gym session at home. I prefer having doing that at home because it sort of just centers my mind a little bit, no distractions. And then I'll get ready for work, and then off I go to work. Get to about 7:30, and do a bit of planning. Fill in a couple of gaps if there are any. So we're based in a warehouse environment, and basically, that means that I'm very in touch with all of the processes that are going on here, and able to jump in wherever I need to, where my staff need help and so forth. But yeah, so I come in and I'll do a bit of admin and get involved if I need to, when staff need me. But by and large, a lot of my time is spent on product development. That's the core of my business. If I'm developing product, that means that the business has got some sort of guarantee of growing because it's literally it's a volume game. If we can bring out more products, we'll grow a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe in closing, then, what would you say your biggest achievement has been in regards to business so far?
I think so far, there's quite a few, but I'll narrow it down, maybe to top two or three achievements. I think being able to secure valuable channel partners, and one of them definitely being the likes of, or two of them, Yuppie Chef and Superbalist. Not to say any of the others are not valuable, but these are pretty core channel partners that have helped us to scale our business quite nicely, and also just getting to the point where we are able to validate the products that we bring out. So I think it's so important. You can bring out 1,000 products per month if you want to, but there's no guarantee that you're going to sell 1,000 of those. So the trick is basically to figure out which of those products are going to sell within the market that you're in, and focus on those ones, and then start creating variations of them, and that's where you can really experiment with colors and shapes and sizes and so forth. So I think getting that right and getting our channel distribution right will be two highlights for me definitely.
Well, thank you for your insight into your business and that, and your time is muchly appreciated.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much, Darren. I appreciate it.